Itinerary proudly presents.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 42 of the Diz Unlimited podcast. I am Rhino, and joining me for today's fun Disney news discussion, we've got Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Oh, hey.
We've got the terrific Teresa Eccles.
Hey.
And the pumpkin Chloe. I should have done
Pumpkin Queen.
Yeah, Pumpkin Queen. What'd you call me?
I love it. I love it. Keep going. Keep going.
She's a Muppet. She's a...
Yeah.
Milady. I was trying to do all M's. I'm not good at it today.
Hi,
It's
everyone.
Fine. We have some Halloween decor, so I should have been like, I'm the bat crap crazy Rhino because I got a bat behind me.
Oh, that fits.
We've got.
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Did I say it out loud?
Yes.
Yeah. Too much testosterone
What
in this room
what
today.
does that make Hannah's?
Dead inside.
The bony word I'm not going to say.
She comes straight from Skull Island.
Oh, okay.
What is Skull Island?
Oh, King Kong, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm blowing out my eardrums over here. Sorry. Somebody laughed directly into the microphone, and now I'm deaf.
Always.
It's fine. We're allowed to have fun. Everyone chill. Chill.
true.
No, so happy to be here. Happy to be live. Just so everyone knows, we went live just a few minutes late today because everyone insists that I make the event for this live broadcast like 3 hours before I'm ready. And inevitably, there is some sort of equipment problem right before it happens. But we're trying to move around some camera arms and everything so that the group in here has politely asked me, not so politely, to fix this situation where they want to be able to communicate and see each other.
Well, we
And I
can't
think they
see each
should.
other.
Yeah.
I've sat here and I can't see Hannah. I mean, I can see the bottom half of her face or the top half. Now she's split down the middle.
I can
How do you
finally-
think Tim the Tool Man Taylor felt about having conversations with Wilson? He
Well,
never saw the complete face.
That's true.
I know.
True.
I know.
Yeah.
No, but I'm happy to move stuff around, so it might look like slightly different. Some of the cameras might be a little crooked. I apologize for that, but it's a work in progress. I borrowed some lights from a friend that we didn't have enough time to plug in and everything, but so little by little
get
each
there.
week we're getting there. We're getting there.
Hey, you know what we do have, though?
What do we have?
We have a new friend in the studio. His name is Lewis. He's a pumpkin. Ever heard of him?
Ever heard of him?
Yeah, we've got some cool stuff in here, guys.
Yeah,
Lewis.
some fun little. I'm ready to celebrate Halloween. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
What was the giveaway? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you're watching our Patreon after show, you'll see that it's clearly I went a little
God.
hog wild, as the straight people say.
I'm worried about your finances. Good Lord.
Yeah.
This was $5. This is only $2.50, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
said
it
that
started
500
that
times
way.
to me.
Yeah.
So
then-
Everyone's got a little ducky on their table. Everyone got a little straw clip, and you're like, all this
Oh,
starts
and
to
I
add
love
up.
this.
Yeah, right.
Teresa's got a vampire holding hands with a blood
that's
bag.
so cute. Oh, it's a blood bag. I
Yeah.
thought it was a tombstone. That's even cuter.
no, it's a little
No,
bit.
there was-
AB negative.
There was like a skeleton holding hands with a.
It's even got a little barcode on it.
Yeah, that's. I left the tag on in case you wanted to
I
return
love
it.
these. Since I, want to
All the
return, I don't
tags are on
return gifts.
everything.
I don't return.
Return
Are
the
we keeping
sender.
them?
Before we get too far into this Disney discussion, I want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation when you book with them. It costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote today. It is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, like our Patreon post show that we do live following about a 20 to 30 minute break from this show, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited and learn more about that today. So before we get too far into this, we have lots of fun things to talk about. There's new details on the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. There apparently is going to be no more Red Trolley at Disney California Adventure. Chloe's going to go off on water parks, and yeah, but I haven't done it in a while, and you've brought it to my attention. I'd love to just check in with everyone emotionally. How y'all doing? I just said y'all, and it is one of my least favorite words in the English language after
Oh,
moist.
no.
Oh,
Two!
no.
I said
Oh,
now
no.
two
Really?
words I don't like.
no.
Man.
Yeah, I know.
It's one of my most
You know what I
used
like,
words.
though? Y'all means all. You seen those shirts?
Yeah, they're good.
You heard about these?
Yeah,
Y'all
I
means
have.
what?
I've seen them. Y'all means all.
Yeah.
It does.
It's like an
inclusive.
inclusive term, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Y'all.
I feel like I've been
Hey,
saying
y'all.
it more because of that. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry you don't like it.
No, I
Maybe
think
you
I'm gonna
should
come around.
learn. Okay, good.
Yeah, do you not like me?
I like y'all. Some of y'all.
Well, Teresa doesn't like me, according to the comments on the
Oh my
YouTube
God.
Right,
videos.
yeah.
Teresa, how you
Am
doing
I
emotionally?
giving out that vibe? I don't know.
No, okay, I'm gonna do it. So, Teresa, I feel like I'm very happy that you're here. I'm very happy that you're a part of our show on the regular. Throughout the years of working at the Diz, you have been one of my favorite people to be around because
This is scripted. Go ahead.
Love your. Hold on. Sorry,
I wrote
I
it.
skipped a line. I double spaced.
I wrote it for him. Go ahead.
To he. Oh, it's a big word.
he.
I think that you have a sharp wit, a sense of humor that puts a lot of people at ease, and I think that is a skill and a talent that not enough people get credit for. And I feel like some people who don't have it are challenged by it, and I absolutely love it. I think that you add so much dynamic and fun and humor to the group, and I am happy every time that I get to be around you. Even when you're sad, you make me happy.
Wow.
I love seeing
That
you
was good.
miserable.
Well, let's talk about
that's
how
what the
I'm
last
feeling.
line sounded like.
Okay.
Let's talk about how I'm feeling.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm all right.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for the emotional check-in on this
Okay.
episode.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just. I asked you earlier if
I
y'all
wanted
anybody
you to say
knew CPR,
I'm
right?
perfect.
I was feeling my age last night and this morning, and I thought something's
I
about to
get
happen.
that.
I'm going down. I love y'all, but I'm going down.
Oh my goodness.
Well, as long as you leave some cool stuff to me. I was going to say it's fine,
can
but
I
I
have all
didn't
your-
mean it
can
like
I have all
that.
your
Wow.
things? Thank
Yeah,
It's
I'll be
fine.
like
You just
I'll
got
be
the
like
other
my
one. Tell me how
grandmother.
you
She
feel
used to
about
go
it.
around and she'd put a little piece of tape on the bottom of anything that you
Oh,
wanted.
gosh.
And when she passed, we just walked around and I was upset because I love my grandma to death, but when it came to
Maybe choose
her
different
house,
words next time.
something I wanted had someone else's name on it. And I'm going,
Oh, did you just swap it out?
no, I really wanted it. But you know what I
Okay.
got? I got her 8-track player, and I got her. Of course, I wanted it back in the 1970s. I didn't want it in the year 2000.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I feel like records came
Now?
back. You
Yeah.
know,
8-track.
I don't know if 8-tracks
system-
will come
I don't know
back.
if they will either. I love the idea of the cartridge of it.
I have
I
my
remember there
records.
was one in my basement, and I was like, "What's this machine? The tape doesn't fit right." And I didn't understand. So it's but we had records when I was a kid and stuff like that.
We had records. We had 8-track.
Yeah.
My brother had a shoebox in his Beetle because he had one in the car.
Oh, that's
Pull
cool.
out the shoebox with all the-
Man.
I used to have
Heavy
a Beetle. A new Beetle. But
new Beetle. You
good
have an old
memories.
Beetle?
It smelled like crayons in there. Well, I'm glad you're doing good now. It sounds like you're having a great time talking about your
My
Your
getting
things from
old.
your
my
grandmother.
age. Yeah, my grandmother. I'm getting old. I am my grandmother. Oh my god.
I'm doing all right. If I'm
Oh, no, I
next.
didn't ask you.
Oh, great. I'm
you
not
been
doing all right
asking.
now.
One per episode. You didn't earn it yet.
Dang.
Chloe, go ahead. Chloe,
Yeah, brightness up.
how are you?
How am I? I'm doing pretty good. I watched La La Land
I
last
don't
night.
believe you.
One of my
Good.
I believe that you watched that, but I said I don't believe you too late in the sentence. Sorry.
I mean, I'm doing as good as I can.
I've got a hard-hitting question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song in La La Land?
I think Audition.
Oh.
Audition.
The
Fools Who
whipples.
Dream.
What does she say? What's the word that she does that?
Oh man.
I had an
I'm-
aunt.
I'm drawing a
I had an
blank.
aunt that lived in Paris.
Yeah.
That's how it
My
starts
aunt
with the
lived in
study.
Paris.
My aunt lived in Paris. Yeah, because it starts on my thing all the time. I think the opening
But-
scene, another day of sun, or
Yeah.
something like that. That's
That's
Craig's
good.
ringtone when he calls me.
Oh really?
Um,
That's
yeah,
great.
I regret it,
It's-
but
I like City of Stars when Ryan Gosling whistles.
oh, that's like the most
That's my
depressing
favorite.
song I've ever heard because I was like, this is my life.
Oh.
Just start another
Anyways,
dream.
wow.
you can't
I
finish.
look
all
at
that to
that
say,
different.
one of my favorite
God.
comfort movies, but also I love Pain. Obviously, if I'm watching it again,
Pain,
again, and
Pain and
again.
Panic of Hercules.
I love Pain.
Oh, literal pain. Okay.
No, not really. I'm doing great. How are you, Rhino?
I'm fine. I did a live stream on my personal YouTube channel where I went into my struggles last night, so I don't need to check in. Hannah, how about you?
You know, I'm not doing good, unlike all of you. I tried potty training my kid this weekend. Potty learning. It was a huge fail. It's very stressful. And I'm nervous about horror nights on Friday. So my anxiety is at a 12 out of 10 right now. So, yeah, back to you, Rhino.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go in the Disney chat here because into the news here because I know there's people who watch this and just don't give don't care about us or our personal lives or
That's
anything
fine.
like that, and that's okay. You
Yeah,
don't have
I wouldn't
to.
either.
You know what? But remember, this is a free show, and so maybe be a little nicer
And you
about
know
it.
what? Here's the deal. I'm going to add my
Please.
5 cents in there because it's worth more than 2 cents.
Isn't it 10 cents?
10 cents? Oh, it's
Oh, no,
2
it's 2 cents.
It
You're
was
right,
2
you're
cents
right.
when I was a child. Maybe
Okay.
it went up. I don't know.
Inflation.
Okay, so here's the deal. Not everybody needs to like everybody.
That's right.
You know what? You watch the show. You might not like everybody's on the show. And it's okay because everybody's different, right? We're all, well, Rhino's really different, but we're all different.
I know. It's, hold on. Different.
But
That's
I
good
don't know.
for gay.
It just upsets me when I see people that don't. It shouldn't upset me, and I try not to let it upset me when
You know-
people dog one of us or dog anybody
Yeah.
that they don't personally know. You don't know us.
You don't know
really.
what it takes to do this either. You don't.
Yeah.
I think there's. This will be the last thing I say, and then we'll move on to the news. Since we've been doing an 11-minute broadcast, just so in the chat, someone said it's been 20 minutes and there's been no Disney news. It's been 11 minutes and 17 seconds as of right now, just so we're clear.
calm down.
And then we'll move on. But my thing is just that I want it to be friendly. I want it to be conversational. I want us to be relaxed. I want us to be like we are exactly what I hope the people in this chat feel like they are, which is a part of the conversation
Right.
with friends. And we are doing exactly what we do, and we do that thing where we talk about the things we love, and help people with that, because you're like, oh, you're there all the time. Hey, did you see this the other day? Hey, did you see that? Like, I think that's easier and more digestible for people in terms of their knowledge and how to digest this stuff. Like, it's the what do they call it with the pill? It's the peanut butter with the pill or something like that. I don't know. It's the thing.
Spoonful of sugar?
It's the spoonful of sugar that makes the medicine go down. And so, I wish that there was an element of people where you understood that this is a show that you tune into that is free. And I'm not dogging on anybody specifically or anything like that, but just remember that, remember that there are real people sitting here and that it is not as easy as it looks. And there is an emotional toll. You do give away a part of yourself, a part of your life when you are in this sort of like public facing role, whatever it is, and I hope that's in a way to earn your trust, in terms of being like, oh, I can rely on this person, or, I believe in their knowledge or things like that. And I think the best way to form relationships with people is sharing these intimate and emotional things about yourselves, because it makes you more human and more relatable, and it also helps establish our relationships with the things we're about to talk about. And with that, I'm going to start off with a fun, positive story here. I don't mean to be combative. I'm not trying to be aggressive or anything like that. I'm saying this all with an open heart and everything like that. But you know what? If you want to be one of the people that takes the time to leave the negative, that's okay too. You must have something going on, and I hope for the best for you. So I didn't know this was an award, but so there is. There's this thing called a Disney Heroes Award, and a DVC cast member by the name of Nicole Shaw recently received the Disney Heroes Award. The award recognizes and honors cast members who perform extraordinary life-saving acts on or off the clock. Just over 100 cast members across the Walt Disney Company have been recognized with this award since its inception in 2008. Nicole was performing her daily rounds at Disney's Art of Animation Resort when she leapt into action to help save a young girl from choking. Disney heroes who have performed life-saving acts will wear a small golden Mickey-shaped pin on their name tag. These individuals have shown immense bravery by jumping into high-pressure situations to save lives. I thought this was a pretty neat story. I think I actually have a picture of here is Nicole. If you see her, a little shout out to
cute
Nicole.
picture.
Hey, you changed somebody's life, quite literally.
I used to work with somebody who won
There's
this
the
award.
name tag.
Oh, really?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I did. The name tag used to, or the little pen used to look a little bit different, but she worked at the Disney Cruise Line call center, and she was booking a reservation for somebody, and they just dropped off, and she could hear them kind of struggling. They're having a heart attack.
Oh my
And
God.
they were
Over
home
the
alone.
phone. Wow.
Yeah, and she called 911. She saved, and the person lived and went on their Disney cruise.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I have a sad story about the Disney cruise thing. I won't share it with this right now.
Okay, maybe not. We were on a high there. Let's not go back.
Yeah, I'll save it for like the after show if people remind me. But I think that's really cool. I just think it's nice. People, I doubt she went to save the choking girl's life to get the recognition. So it's nice that it is kind of like it's nice that not only I'm sure those people are forever grateful for her intervening, but that the company took the time to also be like, hey, thank you so much for doing this. And I like when they do that. I smelled I found a gas leak once at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, gosh.
And they gave me like this like eagle pin or something. And they were like, oh, we're recognizing you, blah, 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 Employee of the Month for like 2 months. You and
Boy of the Month?
Boy of the Month. I got Boy of the Month. Yeah.
Where's the
I was
calendar?
younger then. Yeah, where's the calendar?
Were you Miss
No,
April?
it was it was one of those where I was just like, I don't mess around with that. I have like the type of ADHD I have, and like with the little bit of OCD I have too, it was one of those where I was like, something I'm always afraid of happening. The biggest fears are always like, I have to flip the light switch up and down, and one thing for me is I have to touch all of the knobs on a stovetop when I come in or out of the house.
That's smart, though. That's good.
Well, I put a Trader Joe's bag down once and it set on fire because my stomach hit the thing in my apartment, and I was like, this isn't because of that, but it vindicated that feeling I've always had, and I was like, well, I'm doing this for the rest of my life, I guess. So it's one of those, like, in my head, I'm always paranoid about the smell of gas.
Yeah. Bentley's parents' house
hold your
burned down
thoughts.
that way, so yeah.
Yeah, I made a fart joke. Get over yourself. Don't look at me like that, Chloe.
Toot toot.
There you go. Toot your own horn, girl.
Hey, gang, should we learn a little bit about this giant concrete thing called Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Resort?
Yes, yeah.
I want to
Obstructing views left and right.
Before I talk about it, because they shared some new images, I want to get, what are your feelings going into this, like when they announced this? Teresa, how do you feel about it? Hot take.
I didn't have too many feelings about it at first, but I think it's a good addition. I mean, I like it. What else do you want me to say?
Nothing. I
think
was
it'll
just giving you the
increase
space
my
to speak.
sales. I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be
Hey,
good.
I'm excited
Money.
about it. I can't. The Polynesian is hands down my favorite resort anywhere.
Really?
And I can never get DVC there.
Never get in there,
It's
yeah.
always booked.
Yeah.
So they need more rooms. And then right now too at the Polynesian, you can only book either a studio or the 2-bedroom bungalow. So there's not like a 1-bedroom option. So, yeah, I mean, there's some cons, but I'll take the pros.
Yeah.
More availability. The restaurant looks really cool. I'm very excited about that. And honestly, the luau wasn't great. So, we
Closive?
traded the luau.
I want to hear what you have to say. Chloe is,
I know.
I think, forming a reputation for the employee at the Diz who has the hardest time letting go of
Didn't
stuff.
Craig set us up for that though? Didn't he say that like I'm passionate about things and I don't hold back when I'm upset about something?
Yeah. I thought you meant like, did he put into motion the building of this tower? And I said, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's his new job, everyone.
I feel like that.
Yeah.
What movie is that where she's like, "Hi, I'm Earth. Have we met?" And she goes, "I don't think so." Is that Black Sheep? Maybe Tommy Boy.
I don't want to be, the voice of bitter reason here. When the construction first started and you're on the monorail going from, TTC over to Magic Kingdom, it's pretty hard not to notice this eyesore of a construction site. And it definitely blocks some nice views from the monorail. And also I know it blocks certain views from the wedding pavilion, which is kind of a concern. And then when you're at Magic Kingdom, it certainly changes, the scenery of Seven Seas Lagoons. But I'm withholding my official opinions until I'm there at the tower. I do wish, more of. I wish the luau would come back. That was like a big piece of the Polynesian that was very historical and was there for, close to 50 years if not. And I know that was a big thing that people are wanting back for the Polynesian, our beloved Polynesian. But the tower, more nice rooms,
Well, let's talk about some of the new details that we got. So Disney Vacation Club has shared new images and details of the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian villas and bungalows. The new tower is projected to open on December 17th of this year. For those of you who aren't familiar, that is 2024. Sometimes I forget. I'm not judging you. Guests will feel immersed in the culture of Polynesia from the moment they see the tower's impressive exterior adorned with patterns inspired by Polynesian tattoos. I ran out of breath. That celebrate island storytelling. All right, so we're going to take a look at some of those. Oddly, this article did not have a picture of the exterior, so I don't think they've shared a full one. But I will say my perception of this tower, now that the exterior is finally getting worked on, you're like, oh, okay. I'm starting to see more of that flair come into it and not just this like concrete monstrosity. So I think this is the first picture here. I apologize, I didn't label these correctly. There is the...
This is what I'm excited
Wailulu
about.
Bar and Grill, which will feature spacious indoor and outdoor seating areas and a spectacular bar space with views of Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom Park. This casual walk-up pool bar will feature an all-day menu for lunch and dinner that is influenced by the Polynesian islands' local and indigenous ingredients. Specialty coffee and on-the-go morning pastries will be available for breakfast. The dining room will feature Polynesian-inspired artwork, including floating tropical fish sculptures. I know I have this photo. Here they are. Look at those fishies. They're going to swim throughout the space. The fish will lead to a grand textile piece in the bar area representing a colorful coral reef.
Coral.
The center of the dining room will showcase an abstract Polynesian stick chart. And like, will you measure children that are growing?
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
You don't have a stick chart?
Not.
You have a picture of it?
I'm not going to make the joke. No, I don't.
Please don't.
I have this Moana one. I'll pop that one back on here in a second. A vibrant centerpiece composed of a beautiful shades of blue, teal, and green faux stained glass will create an ambiance to dive in and explore the mouth-watering menu. Disney says the menu for this new dining location will be released soon. So if all this is opening in December, I'm guessing sooner than later because it is like September next week.
In the
my
Burr
goodness.
months.
Moana's Voyage is the new whimsical splash area featuring a life-size
This looks cool,
sculptures
guys.
That
of
does.
Moana and her iconic canoe from the Walt Disney Animation Studios film. The tower will also have a brand new zero-entry pool, Cove Pool.
Love
These
that.
new aquatic features will be available to Disney Vacation Club members and guests staying at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort.
That's a huge perk.
Yeah. DVC members and guests who stay at the Island Tower will enjoy exclusive access to 4 tropical terrace gardens. I don't have those photos in here. I apologize. Each terrace garden will feature vibrant artwork, lush foliage, and uniquely themed seating areas. The distinctly designed hideaways will offer families a serene locale to gather and take in the views during their stay. These garden locations will offer picturesque views of Disney's Oak Trail and Magnolia golf courses or Seven Seas Lagoon, making them spectacular places to view Magic Kingdom fireworks. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Do you guys see they're painting some of the longhouses at Polynesian now too? So before they were like brown with the kind of triangle, design.
Motif, yeah.
Yeah, and now some of them are green, which is like completely different. I guess maybe to tie in this new tower. Like it's kind of that like olive-y 70s kind of green.
Motifs still there, like the carvings and stuff? Okay.
It's just, and it's actually just the base of the building. It's not the motif at the top of the longhouse, but
because I know that's one thing that I was kind of concerned about with this new tower, because like just comparing apples to oranges here, but Disneyland Hotel has that new Willis Tower, and it looks completely different from the others, but it's still similar enough that it fits in, and I like the Palm Breeze bar enough that like I'll accept it. I haven't stayed in one of the rooms yet, but from what I've seen, I know Rhino did.
There's if anyone's interested in that, there is a dining review that I did with CJ, my friend CJ, who has appeared on the show before and will appear on the show again. We did some like early lunch review over there, and I have to say, like spoiler alert, if you watch that review, you got to get those fries that are on the appetizer. They were delicious.
Yeah, but my point though with the Disneyland Hotel is like the silhouette is mostly the same. The color palette might be different, but I wish the new tower here resembled the bungalows and the longhouses of the Polynesian,
like color wise, is that what you're saying? Like
that
palette?
And like the motif, like the like Asian Pacific carvings, like the faces on the buildings, and
that would have been
I don't know.
cool.
It just evokes the Disney Polynesian Village Resort. Like this new tower kind of looks like it could just be a generic thing on its own. The details look really nice, so I'm excited to be in that space and have those views out over
Yeah.
Seven Seas Lagoon and like fireworks views.
That
It
would
looks
be
like it's
cool.
going to be beautiful, but I wish it kind of fit into the property a little bit more. So
I
I'm
do.
interested in seeing what they do.
I totally agree with you. It looks too modern because what I
Mm-hmm.
love about the Polynesian is I like it that it looks like the 70s.
Right,
Like it kind of
yeah.
reminds me of like I could
Exactly.
be staying here at the same time as John Lennon, you
Yeah.
know, in the 70s. That's cool.
You got time machine?
Well,
I
you know.
misheard your sentence. I'm sorry.
Well,
I was
yeah,
like,
I mean, yeah, I could look like
she
Yoko
did come to
Ono
work
out by
in
the
that
pool.
DeLorean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see, but it looks a little too modern. It's not really my style.
I'm curious to see how it fits in. I do struggle with the villas at Disneyland, at the Disneyland Hotel, which is what Chloe brought up. Just because for me, it's like orange, but Disneyland Hotel is blue, and I get that they wanted it. It just looks like someone painted one random tower a different color, so it does throw me a little bit, but I like what the aesthetic of the building looks like. I feel like it really leans into the mid-century modern aesthetic that is, very famous in terms of like
Yeah.
Disneyland's iconography and calligraphy and sign, and anything they use feels like it always leans into that. And it's got a very pretty lobby, and
It
you're right,
does.
like Palm Breezeway is cool. It's cool that it's an open air bar that's in the shade, like
And
under a building.
anybody can go enjoy
Yeah.
food and drinks there. I go there every
Yeah.
time I'm on property. I love it.
It's good. It's solid. So I'm excited to see what this brings. It seems like December is going to be a pretty busy time because we have that coming. There's obviously the Christmas parties. There is what ship is it? Adventure is setting sail in December, right?
Treasure.
I'll
Treasure.
never get it right. That's why I'm not a travel agent. And so lots to look forward to in Disney, in the Disney company
Disney
coming up
World?
this month. But
Disney-
I want to
Disney
talk
Cruise
about
Line.
something else that is happening here in Orlando. And that is this thing that they do every year. Or they've been doing for a couple of years, called, and it's sponsored by Visit Orlando. It's called Magical Dining. So automatically I hear Magical Dining. I thought it was like a Disney thing and I just didn't understand it. But it has like 150 plus restaurants throughout the city of Orlando, and surrounding city. We say Orlando sometimes, and it's not really Orlando.
Central Florida.
Well, because Disney's not in Orlando, and everyone's like, Orlando, and I'm like, but not really, but it's fine. Like, it's the town over, but we're fine. Or like two, I don't know. Anyway, Visit Orlando's Magical Dining is a thing where these participating restaurants feature 3-course prefix dinners at exceptional prices, is what it says on the website. But through Visit Orlando, every one of these meals served supports deserving charity. So it'll be like so if you go and dine at these restaurants during that time, they're like every meal they donate, maybe like $1 or something like that. But it's great because I feel like, one, you're supporting local businesses, which is nice. And then obviously the charity. I do feel like being like every meal serves $1, but restaurants don't really have high overhead. So I feel like you could be like, oh, it could be more, but I'm like, I don't know, can it be more? But what's cool is that it can be a lot of these like higher end restaurants, and there is a bunch that are at Walt Disney World right now that I was looking through, and a couple that caught my eye were so there's $40 menus, and then there's other ones that do $60 menus as well. But the $40 ones I think I saw were like Maria and Enzo's. So there's like 3 different appetizers, 3 different entrees, like 3 different desserts to choose from. There's the Edison Amara, which is at the Swan and Dolphin, and I can't remember which one, and then Helo, which offers a little bit more options in terms of that. But like $40 for like a Helo dinner with like multiple things. I don't know if you know this. Helo is
very expensive.
Helo expensive. And
That was cute.
but
Hello.
this is going on from August 16th until September 30th. So if you are someone who is coming here or planning like your vacation and you're in that time frame, I think it would be great, because it to me is like, I can go somewhere a little bit, on the higher end on a budget. Because like if we're talking about the Edison, I want to say like entrees at the Edison are somewhere in the $20 to $30 range right there. So you're talking $40 a person, but then you get an app, the dessert, whatever. I think it's a good deal. I just wanted to make people more aware of it. And if you head over to www.info or disneyinfo.com, on there, you're going to find a breakdown of the menus a little bit more, everything that's like in stuff like that. Or you can go over to Visit Orlando as well and type in and see what maybe there's some restaurants that are Disney adjacent that you could visit. I just thought it was pretty cool, and I asked the group before if we could do something, and they all said no. So
That is not true.
Did we say that?
I didn't
No.
say anything.
you guys
That-
weren't as excitingly
It mostly
receptive
came
as I
from
thought.
me because I got burned one time where I went and it was very crowded and they were out. The restaurant was out a lot of the magical dining things, so you didn't get to pick. But I think it was just an off.
It was Hannah Downer.
Yeah, I know.
This side of the room was for it, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
Or at least
you guys can go without
optimistically
me.
thinking about it.
I'm
Optimistic.
never going to turn on food. I will say on the Visit Orlando site, you can narrow it down by the Disney area or even the Universal area. So if you're doing a split stay or staying at Universal, there's restaurants in that area too that are part of it. So, and just do the math, like if you're, like for me, I normally don't order a dessert. So just factor that in. Some are a better deal than others, but at the very least, it's for charity and it gets you to try different restaurants. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's a win.
And
I'd go.
I've it's one of those things I always feel like I hear about it or I see it on the last day. Like someone will be like, I went to Morton's Steakhouse and had this like $40 dinner, and I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, that would be a good value.
Yeah, and so I told myself like this year, if I say it out loud and on this show, I'll get it.
I would do it. I've been to Helo once, and I thoroughly enjoyed my
Me too. Only
experience.
one time, but it was awesome.
Let's go.
And expensive too,
It
which is
is,
fine.
yeah.
But it was one of those where you're like, yes, it's expensive, but it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think I had a single thing I disliked.
The little potato croquette.
Oh, yeah,
pup.
girl.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Oh snap.
Oh snap.
So there is another thing that Chloe is going to talk about here, and she wrote an article about it.
Oh, I
also
am.
on WWW Info or Disney Info. You can type in both those things, same website. Get it? You heard about it? You heard this?
I think I have.
Chloe, why don't Splish Splash take us on this journey?
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. So Walt Disney World is continuing to operate with one water park at a time. That's right, folks. Pass holder prices are higher than ever. They're supposed to include 4 parks and 2 water parks throughout the year, but we've only had one water park at a time since the pandemic and the park closures and all that jazz. So, why this is news is Disney has just released the updating hours for Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. Since Blizzard Beach is reopening on November 4th, Typhoon Lagoon will be closing respectively on November 3rd after a full day of operation.
Disrespectively.
Respectively. What did I say?
You said respectively. I said more like disrespectively.
Yeah, disrespectively.
You jerks.
And it just, I'm just curious what everybody thinks about
What you
this.
curious about?
I'm just curious because, well, obviously they're working with one team of cast members and they're able to easily transfer them between either operating water park. But is this like because of lack of guest demand? Like, it's obviously not for refurbishment. If they're keeping one of 2 water parks closed for 6 months at a time and constantly switching them off, like what are they possibly refurbishing? They used to only be closed for the winter months, and now they're closed for half a year, and there's no big significant, refurbishments happening that we know of or that they've talked about. So it's just interesting that we only have one at a time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Which one's your favorite? Tell me.
Typhoon Lagoon, I think.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Castaway Cay, and it has a lot of like the oh my gosh, the slides where you're on a little solo raft.
The oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say the
I like
the like
Blizzard
water
Beach too,
coaster
though.
things.
Yeah,
It's like 3 of
Oh,
those.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a
Russian
little piece of
Gusher.
Disney Cruise Line. You got your aqua coaster, you got your little private island oasis feel.
I
miss the shark reef,
Who in
though.
this room has that on their annual pass? Do any of you?
I want to add it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm. Well, somebody add it, or I'm going by myself.
Let's
Because I
go.
have it.
Yeah, I would add
We should
it.
go before Typhoon Lagoon closes for another 6
Well,
months.
and that's I
True.
wanted to go to Typhoon Lagoon because I feel like they've recently, especially in the last like year or two, but specifically this year, I saw a thing about it. I think the dining over there has like gotten a lot better. And
That's
by a
good.
lot
It
better, I
had-
mean like variety
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah.
That's also disappointing about them only having one water park because that's now going to be a package perk for next year. So if you are coming to Walt Disney World in 2025, your check-in day, you can go to a water park free of charge.
That's a pretty cool deal.
And I'm hoping people take advantage of it. So if people take advantage of it and you only have one option,
That's going to be a busy water
might
park.
be a little
Yeah.
busy. Yeah. So
That's a really good deal. And I just learned about that when I was writing up this article. But selfishly, when I used to do water parks, I would do one in the morning and then the second one in the afternoon, just like park hop between the two.
Oh.
So I can't do that. So
Yeah.
I know there's other people out there that did that too, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day we'll get both water parks at a time.
I'm sorry. Both of them are open in the summer though together, right?
No, not since 2020.
Not since 2020.
No,
which is crazy.
We've
to
only
me.
had one water park.
Well, you know where I
time.
went this summer, and I haven't been in forever. Was Volcano Bay, and that was packed.
Yeah,
So
it is.
these water parks are popular, and so that's I don't know. It's kind of interesting to me. I wonder if it's just the thing with the demand with Disney. It's just not there. Maybe.
So
or
half
something?
those the cast members go from park to park.
Yeah.
Do we know that for sure?
I mean,
We're assuming.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
you know
after,
who would know that.
after the pandemic, then half of
Martin.
them they got relocated to another job, or I wonder how that went. People were just out of the job.
I think a lot of cast members are furloughed at that time, or let go. I know.
Sad.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember hearing that there were some cast members that worked at either, and then they were just being transferred over to the other. It was just the buzz that was going around. But I wonder if Corey Martin would know too, by chance.
Well, I think not
He
to
could confirm that for us.
not to be rude to Corey. I think it's been a couple of years since he's worked there.
Just a few.
It might feel like yesterday to him, but I'm like, what was that yesterday? But you know, one of the best things to is ask Corey about his time working there. He has some stories. I don't care for any of the ones that involve snakes.
Yeah, those
why
are
do
the
they have
Lost
to be
in
snakes?
Mind.
Crazy.
But
would be there.
yeah. So that is I forgot about that that you could check in and do that. When does that deal start? Did you say it already started?
It starts in
January
2025.
2025. Okay, yeah.
On your birthday.
Yeah.
New Year's.
Yeah, we
baby.
could celebrate.
I know.
New
You
Year's
guys want
Day
to celebrate? Go to a water park January 1st? Yeah. Nobody. It could be 80 degrees here. It's
It could
fine.
be.
Hey, there's heated pools, right? There's
Yeah,
heated
I think
body
I'm pretty
slides,
sure they're
maybe?
heated.
And who knows? It'll
It
probably
doesn't
be
matter.
80 degrees
Baby,
in Florida.
when you're with me, it's hot. All right.
Oh,
It's hot
sure.
outside. You know?
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some testosterone for you. Okay, so what else are we talking about today? We got some other fun things here. I lost my page. That's why I'm. This is called vamping.
Next up, we had the
Start
Disneyland.
scanning.
We were going to talk
Disneyland.
about the red car trolley.
Okay, Chloe, do you want to go off on this one too, or you want me to read it and then
I'll
you
let
can go
somebody
off?
else
Okay,
go first.
I'll read it. Let me read it for y'all. Okay. So, according to KTLA, the expansion of Avengers Campus and Disney California Adventure Park, which was announced at the 2024 D23 The Ultimate Fan Event, will require the removal of some backstage locations, including the Red Car Trolley barn. According to Disneyland Resort officials, the barn's removal will result in the discontinuation of the attraction. Construction is set to begin in early 2025. Disneyland told KTLA that the attraction will close in early 2025, and that more information on the specific closure date will be shared later. I think, okay. One of the things I think is kind of crazy that we are fortunate, I think, to still have at Walt Disney World and the Disneyland Resort are these the Main Street vehicles, in Disneyland Park or Magic Kingdom, but then also at their Disney California Adventure, they have this trolley that goes through, and it doesn't go very far. You know what I mean? It takes you to the hub of the park.
It'll
and
get
then
you there.
down. Yeah, and it makes like what, 2 stops maybe. I don't remember. It's cute. It definitely adds to the ambiance. It is amazing to me that they haven't run people over already. And as the general public education, or I shouldn't say educational IQ, I should say as the general, what's the word for manners? Behavior of the public seems to disintegrate as we move forward in time. It seems like a more and more riskier and riskier thing to have these vehicles going or whatever. It's amazing in California. I know it's a little bit of a different vibe.
Yeah, I feel like they're more behaved out there.
Yeah, a little more, yeah. Because they
Very
have cast
more.
members who still do this on the other
Very
side of a track. Wait right there. And you're like, never in Walt Disney World. You could not be on the opposite side of an attraction and stopping people, because I'd be like, they'd be right in the track. But I'm sad to see it go. I don't think it's I'm going to be honest with you, and I know this is really kind of a not awesome stance to take. I don't think it's going to really change. I don't think it's going to have the impact. I think people will be sad to see it go, but I hope they leave the trolley out somewhere as part
That
of
would be cool.
the like thing, and maybe leave it out and open. Let people go in and sit on the benches.
So it's
inside or
going
something.
away and not coming back.
Yeah.
That's the way it stands.
I feel like there's room for interpretation there. Maybe. Go ahead, Chloe. I see that hand raise.
Here we
Get
go.
it, girl.
I just don't want to talk over you.
You know what I'm going to do?
No, get it.
I want Chloe to have an intro. I think I'm going to try and make something where it'll be like flames and it'll be like, Chloe, something. I don't know.
And then I'm just there raising
Chloe
my hand.
cares.
Hi.
Yeah, and it'll be, and it cuts to you
Submissively.
and you're like, hello.
Yeah. Is this thing on?
Yeah. So, I too hope that it would have like a permanent residence out on Buena Vista Street or something, because it's certainly going to affect the atmosphere out there. When we were just out there, the little bit of time that we had at DCA, it was going around. Mickey Mouse had his little show. There were, the newsboys and
Wait, that show was still going on?
I don't know if it was the show or just Mickey was like out in his little page boy outfit near it, and he was like hopping on and off of it to like do meet and greets or what have you. But it's just an ambiance that, there's tracks along Buena Vista Street. There's trolley tracks there, and then the trolley comes out, and now that it's not going to be there, it's sad. It's a bummer. But I do hope that they find some way to keep it out, maybe even as like a photo op, or if they move it in a circle or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just like leave the vehicle so when the railroad track was being cut for Galaxy's Edge, they left like one of the cars, like the Lily Bell or something out, and so you could go and like see that. I could be completely wrong on the name. I apologize. But you could go up and like see it, and I had a great cast member experience where they like took me inside and like gave me the tour and everything,
Oh,
and then I
that's
got a ticket.
cool.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it was a little bit of that Disney magic, and so I kind of hope maybe they like do something similar with that. Like it's just like there, because it does. This is the thing that Disneyland Resort does so well. By the way, you can still book your 2025 Disneyland vacation as of now.
Yeah.
But one thing they do really well, and I was really kind of appreciating this on my last 2 trips out there, was like they cultivate the vibe of the area very well. Like they succeed in ways because I think maybe like size impacts that. I think the weather a little bit, like it succeeds in all those things. Like I'll say it forever. I love the parks at night. I love the way they're lit up at night. And there is like literally, it feels like magic in the air there at night. I'm so cheesy, whatever. But like it is one of
I'm
those
in my
things.
feels.
Yeah, and it is like
It's kinetic movement too.
Yeah.
Like that's something specific about Disneyland. Like when you look at, Tomorrowland and all the moving pieces, and even at Walt Disney World, our Magic Kingdom Tomorrowland is so much kinetic energy. But the trolley is part of that ambiance, and it stinks that it's not going to be there. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, your average guest won't notice that it's not there anymore. It's just going to be trolley tracks that we trip over. Not knowing
My
that there once was a
ankles.
red car trolley. But for those of us that knew it was there, it's one of those things that's going away for something, quote, bigger and better. So.
I mean, it makes me feel safer now. I don't have to worry about Teresa shoving me in front of it randomly. Does anyone else have that fear? Not of Teresa. That was a joke. Does anyone else afraid of Teresa?
Personally victimized by Teresa Eccles.
No, but I
kidding.
do have that like general fear of being like, oh, someday I'm going to see somebody get shoved in front of a vehicle. Again, severe anxiety, ADHD.
I'd be fine with that.
Like,
At Disney
yeah.
World, I think there's some sweet cash in that.
See?
Like John
So
Ralphio
Hannah's
from
the one to watch out.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I got my
Poncho.
money the old school way. Got hit by a Lexus.
Run over by a bus. Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't really have more to talk about for Disneyland. We're heading out to sea, sailors. Ahoy! I wish this was a blowhorn version of this. Let's head out to sea, everybody.
Just pretend that was the Disney Cruise Line.
No, that was
tone.
my
Yeah,
testerone
sounded just
going
like it.
out the window.
Oh,
Rhino.
Lord, how many times are you gonna
Oh,
say?
yep.
I'm
Rhino.
going to fixate on that comment till the end of the day.
You are.
So we've gotten some more information on the maiden voyage of the Disney Destiny. We've got dates and itineraries revealed.
Oh, we got a date.
We do. You asking me out finally?
Finally. Yeah.
Finally.
You want to go to Horror Nights on Friday?
I see you. Okay.
come on,
You hold
hand.
my
No.
hand.
Drink spooky
You
drinks.
eat a little Stay Puft Marshmallow with you.
Ooh.
I want in on this.
We can Lady and Tramp it, all three of us.
Oh my goodness.
I want the. I'm starting with the feet.
Okay, I'll start.
You can have his little hat. Okay, all right. I'll stop talking about that. All right. That's my best Disney Cruise Line horn.
Wow.
I've been on like 3
That's like the
Disney cruise-
announcement.
That
one.
was
That's
awesome.
announcement
Zoe.
chime is my jam.
This is your captain speaking. No,
It's
cruise
goofy.
director. Hold on.
Gosh.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Was that
All right.
your best one?
I'm trying to do a New
Rhino to the
Zealand
rescue.
accent. That's the awful part.
Oh, okay. Because they're always
Disney Cruise Line. No, I can't
What's
do
the
it.
news? What's the news?
All
What's
right.
the hubbub?
Disney Cruise Line has just announced that the Disney Destiny will sail its maiden voyage from...
drum roll.
Drum roll, please. It's sailing from Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. On November 20th, 2025. Not only will this special 4-night cruise be your first opportunity to experience all this ship has to offer, but it will also include stops at both
I
of
like
Disney
this.
Cruise Line's island destinations
Ooh, we
in the
like
Bahamas.
that.
That is the Disney Castaway Key and Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. On the island of Ibiza. That's not the right word.
Eleuthera.
Eleuthera. I've never
Eleuthera.
been.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
yeah,
know. Fly me out there someday. The maiden voyage will be followed by an inaugural season of 4- and 5-night cruises to the Bahamas and Western Caribbean. Every sailing will include a day of fun in the sun at either Disney Castaway Key or Disney Lookout Key. Some itineraries will even hit both, like I just said. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. And select cruises will feature more sun-soaked relaxation and warm weather adventure in Nassau, Bahamas, or Cozumel, Mexico.
Whoa.
Which one do you guys like the Bahamas route or the Mexico route?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually longer of a itinerary too, right?
Right.
He's in Mexico.
What's that from?
Oh, I'm disappointed in you.
What is it from?
He hates Mexico.
That sounds familiar.
Teresa, do you
Can
know
you
this one?
just tell me?
Just tell
Anna?
us.
I'm
I don't know.
disappointed in everyone today.
What is it?
I'm
Well,
gonna let
we're
someone
not
in the
gay.
chat-
We're
A
not 40.
pizza.
Tell us. What is
A
it?
pizza? Who said you guys could order a
E.T..
pizza?
It's E.T. I don't remember that
He's
line.
in. I can't call Dad. He's in Mexico with Sally.
That's right.
My brain's on
Sorry,
Disney
my
mode right
parents
now.
are divorced. Okay, go ahead. Everyone tell me. Mexico? You already told me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been on one cruise that went to Mexico. It was with Teresa. It was the Oasis of the Seas, right?
Was it? We
Oh,
go
it
to
wasn't
Cozumel?
Disney.
Or was
Yeah,
it a
we
different
did.
one?
I think that was
Because I've been to Cozumel
I've been to
without you,
Cozumel
so
a
maybe
couple
I've been there
times.
more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there multiple
So you
times.
guys
I
want
like
to cruise
Cozumel.
together, and she didn't push you off the cruise ship. That's the perfect
Yeah.
chance to do
Well, I
it.
don't get near the edge on the cruise, so that's fine.
Well, just go for a walk.
I
Let's
didn't have
go for
enough
a walk
planning
at
time.
night.
Yeah.
I did have to rappel on the stupid.
I remember
no.
that.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we raised $10,000 or something for Give Kids the
Oh,
World, so you have to do it."
okay.
And I was like, "Do I?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Can't we just take their
Stunt
money
double?
and run?"
Yeah.
Nope.
But no, it was for a good cause, and I'm still here. But
So, first sailing is November 20th of 2025.
yes,
I know.
So again, we're starting our ship like the Treasure did Christmas of this year. So it's going to come out during the holidays.
Yeah.
So those first few sailings are going to be incredibly high priced.
Oh,
Right?
yes, absolutely.
So
I can people
Yeah,
book
really
this
wanna
one
go.
yet? Or
no, starting
not
next
yet?
next week, right? No, week after that. I think
It's in September.
Let me look at my calendar.
Next, I thought it was like the 5th.
I think it's the
I could
6th
be
for
wrong.
plat or 6th for pearl,
It didn't say it in that article. I don't think. I might already
and
closed
then
the page. Sorry.
the following week open to everybody. I think on the 12th. I think that's what.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's everybody on the 12th.
remember. Yeah.
It is insane to me that there is like a ship this year, a ship next
Mm-hmm.
year. We had the Wish last year, and they're like, 3 more ships and everything. So I think this is like, I'm excited. This is if you don't remember, this ship is the one that has the heroes and villains theme to it, right? That we're like, I don't know how this one's gonna go.
Yeah.
But
I think the itinerary honestly is perfect. I'm excited about that. Like, I think a 5-night cruise that goes to Lookout Key and Castaway Key
It's
is
definitely a selling point.
perfection. I think 4 to 5 nights is really good too. And that Fort Lauderdale port is incredibly easy. It's so nice. Parking is easy. The whole process is,
Well,
I feel like,
especially
easier there.
If you're grouping it into a Disney World vacation, it's
Yeah.
so easy to hop on the Brightline at
True.
MCO and you go straight over to the Fort Lauderdale station. And I think it was like 8-minute lift to
Yeah.
the port or to a hotel near the port from there. So it's
is
super
that
convenient
is
still.
that's Fort Lauderdale isn't where the Brightline terminates, right? It
Yeah.
goes further. Or
It goes
so it's the
further.
end of the
It goes
line.
further.
It goes
Yeah,
further. It
yeah,
goes
but there's a
further.
terminal there. Sorry.
Terminate.
I have not.
End of the line.
I have not gotten to ride the Bright Line yet, but
It's
I
so
do really want to
easy.
because
Yeah.
I've heard it's fun. I've heard that you can do like the first class experience and they like give you drinks and
Yeah,
like
and
food and
snacks.
stuff. And I was like,
Have you
oh.
done it, Hannah?
I have not.
I haven't.
no.
We should do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that would be.
Hannah doesn't, or what's her name? Chloe doesn't need to go first.
Yeah. This
Sorry.
whole thing. Yeah, she don't need to go.
She need to go.
Shoot.
friend,
Teresa. You know what else is coming on the Disney Destiny though? I'm excited for the pub, the Pirates.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Hey-o.
The
Let's
Pirate
look
Pub?
at it.
Yeah.
Pub.
There it is.
So that's on the Destiny. And this is the Cask and Cannon, the pub inspired by the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction at Disney theme parks. Guests will be invited to join the Pirates of the Caribbean ranks aboard the Disney Destiny here. You and your fellow Buccaneers will entertain each other with tales of your high seas adventures in an electric yet cozy lounge furnished with treasures acquired, aka pillaged and pilfered, during the Pirates' many voyages around the globe. An
I hope
evening
there's
of
pirates sitting around.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be so
that
cool.
would be
I can't believe it's
Good.
taken
Cool.
this long. I'm excited it's here, but I can't believe it's taken this long to get up.
Yeah,
Pirates
they
of the
need
Well, I
this on
still
our
have more to
Disney
read,
line.
gang. Hold on,
Rick,
let
oh,
me
sorry,
finish
So
sorry,
reading.
sorry.
excited. Give us a
stopping it?
rum.
An evening of revelry and recreation at Cask and Cannon wouldn't be complete without an
Recreation.
extensive menu of rare, specialty, and vintage rums that would impress even the most seasoned swashbucklers.
Me.
There'll also be a not-so-secret selection of bootlegged brews developed specially for the venue and served straight from the barrel in true pirate style. Rumor has it that the savviest treasure hunters may even uncover a mysterious trove of looted libations served in actual treasure chests. The Disney Destiny Disney Destiny sails its maiden voyage from Pearl Everglades again on November 20th. I think this is fun. This is cool.
Yes, it's very.
It's
cool.
much more polished looking than the Magic Kingdom Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern.
Imagine
Yeah.
it on
Yeah,
Pirate
that's
Night.
true.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I know. Just all the guests occupying it, wearing costumes.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
that'll
gonna be so
add to
fun.
the atmosphere. That's cool. Yeah, they should have this on every ship. I feel like every dry dock
why
should
not?
have a pirate lounge.
It's
Added to it, yeah.
like I feel like it's one of those things where okay, so like I haven't been on a ton of cruises. I'm sure I'll
You've
go
been on
more
enough
throughout it.
cruises. You've been.
But yeah, and one of the things that I always thought was kind of interesting about a cruise is it's all themed to like nautical stuff, and so I was like, I get it. I also grew up in like a sea shanty town. Like I'm from sailors would come to town.
Daddy went out to
I'm
sea.
from Blackbeard, the pirate's hometown. Ever heard of him? Okay, I'm a real pirate.
I'm from the Treasure Coast of Florida, so
that counts. Shark
Wow.
Coast too.
I grew up in a
What about
the
you?
Pilgrims came into town.
I grew up in
And
a
it
cornfield.
shows.
Small
in the Midwest.
polio blankets. You're welcome.
Yeah, you have one here.
Rude. But yeah,
Snuggle up
Plymouth,
with
Massachusetts is obviously right on the water, and I grew up in Carver and stuff, and it's right by the Cape, and so everybody loves to have their ropes and lighthouses and seashells everywhere. And I
Anchors.
was like, guys, I get it. We live near the water. I
like
so I thought one of the weirdest things when I did the Alaska cruise is that it was the Wonder that goes to Alaska, and it's one of those where it is very much decked out in a very like Caribbean like sort of vibe, and I'm always like, is this the right ship to be here? Like, you know?
Yeah.
But so I'm excited for these like newer ships that have like a little bit more of that aspect of the theming is toned down. But I have always thought it was like with all that theming, why aren't there more pirate themes? Like, why isn't there a pirate pub? Why isn't there a thing? Like, I do think of all the things, it's like, yeah, pirate pub. That makes
Yeah.
the most sense to me. Like, where is that on all
Yeah.
these ships? So I'm very excited for that. Oh, okay. Which of these ships coming out are you all the most excited for?
the Treasure.
Yeah, the treasure.
That's the one
Oh,
this
why?
year.
Why?
We got our first Haunted Mansion pub.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that atrium with the Aladdin touches, the blues and golds, and just more warm than the Wish. That has the new Moana show coming out.
Skipper bar.
Skipper Bar,
Lounge.
Periscope Pub, because as much as I would love pirates to be on all the ships, that probably would mean that they would replace Periscope Pub, and I'm excited for a 20,000 Leagues themed pub as well. Yeah, Haunted Mansion, enough said.
Yeah,
Enough said.
that in itself, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like Disney fans, because you know Haunted Mansion, and I think, I don't know, I feel like I used to think it was like Pirates and Haunted Mansion were the most treasured Disney attractions like across, like kind of universally loved and praised. I think like from maybe my perspective, maybe it's just because of me, is that the Haunted Mansion has like kind of edged out Pirates in terms of being that like number one. I think it would appear on the most like number one charts of Disney's favorites. Even if it's not yours, I can say that like objectively, I feel like it's people go crazy for the merch. They go crazy for that vibe.
So much history behind it.
Exactly.
A lot more than Pirates.
And I think I'm looking forward to that. And I kind of really hope that they bring that to the land. Land ho?
Yes.
Sorry,
I
wasn't calling you a name.
Okay.
I was doing a pirate saying.
I want a full-on Haunted Mansion like resort experience.
Oh, I know.
Turn
or
the-
Tower of
bring it
Terror,
on, right?
Tower of Terror, Tip Top
Turn
Club.
the beat
Turn
around.
the Star Cruiser
Yeah.
into the Haunted
Or build a
Mansion.
new one. We
No,
don't
make
need to
it
use
Tower
that same
Terror.
shoebox. We don't need to use the same shoebox. Build another one. Like that can be
Yeah.
offices.
It's got to
moved
have
from
nooks
Animation
and
Courtyard,
crannies
right?
and
Yeah.
all
And
kinds
some
of.
No, I'm
Little
saying
windows
same
and-
idea. That's what we need.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
That's what we need.
Okay.
Is
Don't
like-
use the
Okay.
same building.
And I don't need
Yeah.
the park day. Maybe this should just be our discussion for the end of the show.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
kind of all the newsy stuff we have there. Not Newsies, the musical. I've never seen it.
What?
But
Have you seen the
Oh,
movie?
don't even go there.
No.
What?
So
Wait, what movie? I missed this. What?
He hasn't seen Newsies. How's that
What the
possible?
The heck?
I tried to watch it once during a snowstorm, and I
Okay.
thought I
What's your
would.
But you're gay.
Yeah, I know, and
your
it was
excuse?
during-
Breaking news.
Christian Bale in
was-
Newsies is a specific type of Christian Bale. How have
Yeah,
you
but it's
not-
awful.
Right.
He's awful in it. His accent is so terrible.
Oh, it's so endearing and
What?
sweet. And, oh, that's. Oh my
Bill
gosh!
Pullman?
I know.
Bill Pullman?
Bill Pullman is the reason why I get up in the morning. No, is the reason why I do want to watch
You know, his
it.
son looks just like him. Have you seen his son?
No, yeah.
Oh
Now I
my
gotta
gosh.
Google it
right now.
Google it right now. It's like,
All
okay,
right,
but
I'm making a Rhino list on my letterbox.
Yeah,
of
he
Right?
things
needs
to
it.
watch because
wow.
He's always
Freaky
getting
Friday,
on to me
Parent
for stuff
Trap,
I haven't seen. Yeah.
Hercules.
I have a
Hunchback of
list.
Notre
I have a
Dame.
list that
I've
the girls
seen
that work
You
for me
haven't
at the
seen Hunchback of
office.
Notre Dame?
They have a movie list that
I've
they
seen
need to
Hunchback.
watch.
I saw it in the movie theater
I
when
do
I was a
that
kid.
for everybody. This is your watch list of things you need to watch.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
You
Should
should give me
make
one
that?
of those.
We
yeah.
can do that. We should get a big.
That's good.
You know what we need?
That's
the
what I
big,
said I was just gonna do for you.
No. We need the big, like when people do charades. We need a big one of those, and we like
A big one of those.
big one of those. I mean, I have a dry erase board that has all my notes on it on the door on the way out, but we should get another dry erase board to be like,
You mean our
things to
snack
watch.
list?
Yeah,
We're
it's our
going to erase
snack
our
list.
snack list.
And it's my list of every day I think of what I would have another employee do for work. So I write it on there. But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. Haunted Mansion. Okay, let's have this fun discussion for a few minutes here. I think 100% that there could be I know they call it LARPing, like live action role playing, but like there
LARPing.
was a different word for it at Galaxy's Edge or at
LARPing. I like that word, LARPing.
Yeah, LARPing. It's fun to say.
LARPing.
LARPing.
I gotta go home and LARP.
I don't think I like
LARP.
it.
LARP. But there was it's like story living or something like that. I forget what they used the term for it.
Make believe.
In Star Cruiser. I think if they were to apply something like Star Cruiser again, which I wish they would, I think that the Haunted Mansion would be the perfect one. I don't think you have a theme park day. I think it's literally just a literal mansion.
Destination.
Yes, and you
Right.
don't leave it. You don't want to leave it. And what do you think you would see that? Because for me, for one, so if you're not familiar with Star Cruiser, there was like a big dinner show aspect of it. Food was a big part of it. Hello, that scene in Haunted Mansion with the dining room table and everything like
Yeah.
that. Can you imagine being like going into some sort of like Disney version of like a restaurant that was like a Haunted Mansion restaurant? Teresa, you were with me when John had that thing set up for us. It was at the
Oh
end
my
of the
gosh,
Agent-
yes.
You were there too. I think it was in California.
No, it was before I started. I was there for the villains
There
one,
was-
not for
she
the
was
Haunted
for the
Mansion.
villain, but not the Haunted
okay. The
Mansion.
Haunted Mansion
I
one was
heard
here. The
about
villains
it.
one was in California.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So and that's thing. I think like corporate. I think anybody with a lot of money can set up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
They'll do
yes.
it.
Because it was like a corporate party. They did it in one of the ballrooms in the Contemporary, right?
Yep.
And basically, like we went in, and I remember it was such a cool. John's good with surprises.
Oh, he's a good party.
Very good. like
Good
that.
party planner.
Yeah, 100%. And we went in, and it was like there was like person in the tuxedo and like the bartender and like it had all like the lights
The
were
organ.
all cool.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. It was,
That's so
There was
cool.
somebody at the organ. Yeah.
It was amazing. But going back to the resort, which we're now going to build in
yeah.
my mind.
Yeah, we're doing a blue sky build.
The pool is going to be in the graveyard.
Ooh. Is it an indoor pool or outdoor?
Oh, it's outdoor.
Okay, all right.
But maybe can I have anything I want?
Yeah.
Okay, it needs because it needs to be dark and gloomy
all the time.
all the time.
for the guests to drown in.
No, just it just needs to be gloomy.
Well, I'm
Poltergeist.
thinking so
and somewhat scary.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the if you've
like
ever
fog
been to
on
an
the
indoor
pool.
pool, the
Have
like
you been?
lighting inside. Have you ever been to an indoor
been?
pool?
Wow,
You ever
okay.
been to a Howard Johnson's?
Did your house have an indoor pool?
Chlorine smell.
So
Yeah.
my mom's house does have an indoor pool in it.
Aha! There we go.
When I talk about growing up, my mom, it was when she married. So there was an older man that lived in our town, and when they sold their house, and there was a
The
whole
heck?
I
thing.
didn't ask for the
My
whole
mom
story,
moved
but
into
here
a
we
house.
go.
This older man had built an addition onto the back of the house. So essentially, it's like a barn, but it's attached to the house. So
Did he die in the pool?
God, I hope
Oh
not.
my God!
That
Did your
would
mother
explain a
kill
lot.
him?
But we moved.
So you have an indoor pool.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with this.
You grew up with an indoor
Reader's
pool.
Digest.
I did not. No, I grew up in the woods. So like,
The sticks.
I wish I was kidding. I grew up. There was 3 houses and nothing. It was just
Ooh,
woods.
that's
and
Hey, that's
spooky
my
too.
area. That's where I live.
Backstory.
Yeah. So yeah, I played in like the literal woods. It was like,
Yeah, I did
I'm
too
surprised
growing
I
up.
haven't been murdered. But drifters didn't come out that far.
Oh, good. Lord.
Anyway,
And we're back.
there was a pool this older man had built for like exercise or whatever. But I thought one of the coolest things about it was all the lighting that was inside of it. Like, and I thought, oh, this would be really neat.
For a haunted mansion.
Haunted mansion thing. No, but Halloween and everything would make sure the lights were on out there. But you're right, like that, and then you set like a graveyard around you. Although I got it.
Couple
the chairs. No, the chairs that you sit in, they're all gravestone backs.
There you go.
So they're like,
And the bar is the mausoleum.
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
Okay.
I feel like Madame Leota should have a lounge.
I was just gonna say,
Oh,
Madame Leota
definitely,
needs to have a
definitely.
focal show point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She should have a lounge, and she's like mixing up, spells and elixirs.
And there's got to be something in the staterooms, like the magical porthole on the ship. Something spooky.
Or kind of like
something spooky in the staterooms.
the
or the
Star
rooms
Wars
on the
Hotel.
staterooms. What?
the Star Wars Hotel had that too. They had the windows that
right.
made it look like you were
Yeah, you need to.
out.
Because I want to go to bed in fear.
Oh, good.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to
Yeah.
really I want to be totally immersed in it.
Did anybody here play VMK?
What's that? You got to say
Virtual
the real
Magic
word.
Kingdom?
No.
No, I'm not a
Okay.
nerd.
Well, if anybody out there played VMK, I can't.
Just kidding.
Oh, wow.
I am
I
a
can't
nerd.
talk to you about
Definition
the,
of
the
nerd.
conservatory
Your
room.
shelves behind you, Rhino, would say otherwise.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
real.
exactly.
Say something.
Anyways, if anybody's played Virtual Magic Kingdom out there, it was a short-lived, sadly, it was a game that they released at Disneyland for the 50th, and you could sign up at the Main Street Cinema, and there's a lot of backstory that I'll go into another time. Anyways, there was a room that was really rare that you could have because you had rooms that you decorated with like theme park attraction pieces, and one of my favorites was the conservatory room from Haunted Mansion, and it literally was just like
That's
an
my
indoor
favorite.
greenhouse conservatory room, and then outside there was a thunderstorm with the graveyard. And ever since I had that little room, I think I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12, right? Am I doing the math right? Whatever. 13, 14, whatever.
It was 1,200 years.
I was little, okay.
She's a ghost.
I was like,
the
I really
90s.
want to exist in a real life Haunted Mansion room like this. Like, I want this as a hotel.
Okay,
so I feel
so-
like it's begging to be made.
I'm thinking, because with Teresa's pool idea and kind of what you're talking about, this is what I think. Exterior has to be forced perspective. So like,
Yeah.
right?
Psycho.
So it's
Or-
got to
yeah.
yeah, like Psycho, like
Yeah.
that sort of a thing with like the house behind the motel. Actually, that idea is really cool because you could check in at the carriage area, like kind of
Yeah.
how White
Right.
we enter the attraction
Down
of
at the
Walt Disney
motel.
World.
Or even Disneyland.
But what's really cool about this way, so you have like this facade that's built somehow, back up against a wooded area, I think, because that's where the hotel will be on the other side of that wooded facade or whatever. It makes all the hallways with like, 100 rooms in
Shining.
each hallway look like it's all stretched and like,
Yeah.
And carpeted. I think obviously it's got to be like carpeted. I think it like absorbs that sound or whatever. But this is how you do the indoor pool and that sort of stuff because it's like you go out back, but it's an inside-outside thing. Because I think they've got to do like fake lightning and fake like.
Yes.
And I want to pay extra to have a black cat in my room.
Rent a cat.
Rent a cat. Just a nice,
That would be
scary
cool.
little screeching cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't you see that one I sent you from Target? It
Yes.
like had to go. And I was like,
So
Teresa,
relaxing.
I live that every day. Okay.
Sometimes I just put it on and I
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah, scream
Yeah.
out my feelings.
But I don't want this to be out of everybody's price range.
No, absolutely not. Well, that's why it's got to be big.
And I feel like too, it doesn't have to. I don't love being locked into an experience. Like I like the idea of being a hotel. Like I kind of like
Oh,
that.
the
Like I
beds are
don't know that I
coffins.
need.
Is that too creepy?
That's got to
What
be
do you
a
want?
suite.
Huh?
What
The
do you-
beds are coffins.
Oh, I
Oh my
like
God!
that.
Imagine. So all Disney loves the Murphy bed situation. That's the Murphy bed. You
Oh,
pull
you
down,
open.
the coffin
Right.
opens.
The fifth sleeper is the
Yeah.
coffin.
Ooh. Be fighting over that.
That's a good one. Yeah,
That's a good one.
Actually, I think Hannah, you're onto something here too with the not being locked into experience, because I think the whole thing is like it should exist just as this haunted house that you're in. But I think with the restaurant, so this is where the food angle comes in.
Banquet hall.
That would be well, I think there's got to
birthday
be two
party.
options, right? I think there's got to be
Okay.
like the kitchen. So like that would be like the kind of quick service or somewhere you'd go in and
Okay.
grab,
The,
food.
The
the
dungeon.
quarters,
But the
the
dining
servants'
room.
quarters.
Yeah, the dining room. Well,
Yeah.
like in Clue, where they go into the chef's area. The dining room. That's got to be where you book the themed experience.
Yes.
So that's where like
okay,
the story
yes.
can continue.
Yeah, there you go.
Or there is a story. Or
Right.
it's
Like
like
a dinner
the
show.
Yes.
I like
Dinner show,
that.
yeah.
And so it's not quite as like fully involved like it is with was with Star Cruiser, but it still has that element
We
that
have
you
the,
can lean into.
the dueling paintings. We've got the
Right.
ghostly dancers and their colorful.
I mean, think about
wear.
it. When you go, there could be right there. I mean, the dancers. There should be like in the that portion of the Boo to You parade,
Yeah.
where the dancers come out. There should be a portion of dinner where they like all come out and they all
Oh,
dance.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Because like I mean,
Yeah, that's
like
part of it.
we kind of did that a little bit at Star Cruiser, right? Like they had the. Well, I think
No,
I'm the
yeah.
only one in this room that went.
And
to,
just
but, like,
imagine, like, if you think about Mickey's Not So Scary, one of the most popular character encounters are the hitchhiking ghosts now. Madame Carlotta, who's just like this new character or newer one. Is she based
My
on one of the
alter ego.
paintings from the stretching room? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I think she's
the
Darren.
bride, like you could have all of those wandering or in the
Carlotta,
experience
yeah, I love
too.
her.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this, and then we'll go, and we can let people leave comments on this video or send them to us. However,
I
I'm
mean,
reading
are
the
we?
comments.
Oh, are you going?
Are
Those
we
are
laying them-
awesome.
Oh.
Regular beds are oversized doom buggies.
I think that's
Oh,
good.
I
yeah.
like that.
That's cool.
Okay.
Thackeray Binks. Oh, Thackeray.
Well, that's
gonna be
the
you.
overlay. That's the holiday special.
Yeah.
So they do the Hocus
Oh,
Pocus
yeah.
overlay.
Oh,
yeah.
that
so
would be
Billy
cool.
Butcherson can invade the haunted mansion.
Oh my God.
And he accidentally, summons the witches. So that's part of the special dinner show.
There you go. Oh, Chloe
Or
has
it
a
could just be
question.
Nightmare
or a
for
comment.
Christmas.
Imagineering, hire me. Chloe.
Muppets,
hands
Haunted
raised.
Mansion.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
I saw that.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Come on, guys. Come
That's
on.
for the younger
No, I
crowd,
want it
the
as an
kids.
attraction.
Something not quite as scary.
Oh, that's true.
Bring
You
in the
could all
Muppet.
ages.
You want, I
Spans
know, but I'm just saying.
generations.
Okay, let
I'm
me
just saying you don't wanna put it-
reference
Yeah.
it back again to Star Cruiser. You had the lightsaber experience where they trained you with the lightsaber. You had the bridge experience. Okay, and then the dinner show portion of it. There was the bar, obviously, and stuff. So why not like where the lightsaber experience would have been? What if that is where all the Muppets are?
That's
So it
where
is
you would
like
bury
a
your
thing.
husband. Oh, wait, that's at
Oh.
home.
I went to murder. Teresa went to murder.
Wait, murder's not part of the deal?
Okay, let me
I'm
finish my
out.
sentence from 5 minutes ago. Before we finish the show, I want to ask, what's in the attic? What do we do with the attic?
We'll put the Hatbox Ghost in his rightful place. Ooh.
Is that where the bar is?
The
Could
inside
be
bar,
one
maybe.
of the bars.
One of the lounges.
Well,
I
there's a
think that-
mausoleum, and you guys
It's gonna
said
be-
that you want Madame Leota's room. I think it's still Madame Leota in the ball, obviously, but
Yeah.
like she's in there and making the concoctions and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a bar for sure. The pool is the graveyard, but I'm like, what's the attic? What's in the attic? Is that a suite? Is there a thing up there? What
Could be
what
a
is it?
suite.
Oh, a suite. That would be cool.
Is there a
Oh,
There's not
man.
a dungeon. I would put the quick service in the dungeon, or you can get faster food, like when you're going out to the
So like where the
graveyard.
hitchhiking ghost would be.
Yeah,
'Cause
when
that's
you're
sorta like that.
Yeah, true.
heading out to the pool, you got to pass through the dungeon.
Yeah.
But the attic, that's got to be some specialty thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
gonna be
that's
full
the
of Easter
sweets.
eggs too. We got like a mini candle man. We got like a mini hidden Jack Skellington, just like the
Hey,
Disney one.
hey.
What?
Nightmare Before Christmas overlay in that attic.
Oh.
That's the Christmas.
Okay.
We do Hocus Pocus for Halloween.
Halloween.
Muppets are there all the time in the specialty area. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, speakeasy. Corey said that's a
What's
good
the
idea.
price point
That's
on
a good
this?
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I afford this?
You know what?
I don't think
If-
so.
even
We
if it
wanted
was-
everybody
if
to,
it
and
was
now
Star Wars
none of us
pricing,
can.
I would pay.
Gang,
I would go.
Should we open a hotel?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Like we could do this
What are you doing
ourselves.
next weekend?
It's just a haunted mansion. Oh,
It's just
anyway.
me knocking on the walls.
All right. Well, this was a very
an extra
fun
fee.
and spooky conversation, but my tummy is rumbling, which means it's time to go.
Happy Halloween.
So I want to thank everybody in this room for this conversation, everybody out there for bearing with us and the kind comments and
Till the
joining
very
along.
end.
If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified whenever we publish videos and content on here. If you're listening, please feel free to rate and review us whenever you have the opportunity. Don't forget about Dreams Unlimited Travel when booking your next vacation. And if you are one of our Patreon supporters, hang on. We're going to cut over to that after show in about 20 to 30 minutes or so. So come and join us over there. Again, I want to hear more about what other people think about this Haunted Mansion or any of the Disney news stories, your input on any of that. So please... Corey Martin saying we do have one room for a bed in the studio, so we could make a haunted. Should we?
Oh, an
turn that into a
Airbnb
haunted
experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
a
we'll
thing
start
now.
doing what Disney's been doing with the Airbnb experiences. But no, we do want to hear your input, so please leave us some comments, interact. I love that sense of community. Hopefully, that we are helping foster here as Disney fans. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for us. I hope everybody out there is having a great week. And I just want to say before we go, stay spooky, everybody.